Imagine thinking you're having a genuine debate, only to discover the other person isn't arguing with you at all. They're arguing with a fictional character, a cartoon version of you that they invented on the spot. That's the straw man fallacy. The straw man is one of the most common and most irritating fallacies in human reasoning. Instead of refuting an argument, someone replaces it with a weaker, exaggerated, or completely fake version, something you never said, not even remotely. And then they destroy that instead and claim victory. Like I said, irritating. It's basically winning a fistfight against a cardboard cutout. Of course they're going to win. A paper tiger has no teeth. The straw man has a simple structure. Person A makes an argument. Person B distorts that argument into something easier to defeat. Person B then attacks that version, and person B claims victory. The whole time, the actual, original argument was never touched. For example, you say, "We should improve transparency around social media algorithms." And they say, "So you want the government to control everything we say?" Your argument was about transparency. The response was about mass government censorship, not remotely the same thing. So, why does the straw man happen? Well, because the brain loves shortcuts, and we all love winning. It's far easier to simplify a complex idea, distort a nuanced position, or translate someone's view into something familiar than it is to engage with the difficult original argument. A straw man is the mind saying, "Your real argument is tough. Let me invent an easier one." It's efficient, emotionally satisfying, and logically worthless. In environmental debates, this fallacy appears constantly. One side argues for specific, targeted carbon emissions reductions. Their opponent responds with, "So you want to destroy the economy and ban all cars?" Nobody said that. Nobody even thought that. But the straw man is so extreme and dramatic that it sounds like a powerful rebuttal, even though it's not addressing the actual claim. And suddenly, you have a reputation as an anti-car extremist hell-bent on collapsing the economy to save butterflies. Public arguments are full of these imaginary opponents. Politics could barely function without them. Most people trick themselves into believing they're responding to the core ideas behind the argument, but they're often responding to their preformed assumptions, their emotions, their fears, their past experiences, or their genuine misinterpretation of the fundamental ideas at play. This makes the straw man incredibly easy to commit, even unintentionally. When it is intentional, it's just emotional manipulation disguised as logic to score cheap points. A straw man isn't just a fallacy. It's usually a sign the person doesn't understand, doesn't actually care to try and understand, or simply cannot refute the actual argument. Side note, if you want to level up your reasoning, the opposite of a straw man is a steel man. Creating a steel man means strengthening someone's argument for them before responding to it. It's rare, difficult, and a hallmark of genuine good faith argument. When it comes to straw manning, though, philosophers still wrestle with questions like, how much simplification becomes distortion? When does summarizing an argument cross the line? And should the intent of the reframing matter? The boundary between interpretation and misrepresentation isn't always clear. Understanding and looking out for the straw man helps you have clearer conversations, catch manipulation tactics, avoid being derailed by staying focused on the actual claim. It's a small fallacy with massive consequences for how we understand and respect one another. If you want to preserve your own logical integrity, you need to resist the temptation to straw man others. If their argument is absurd, just let it be absurd on its own merits. And if it isn't, don't twist it just to score a cheap win. That only drags you further away from the truth. If you want to keep learning, my next video awaits. Stay curious.